Welcome to Red Eye. I'm Greg Gutfeld, or as I'm known in Croatia, Kathy Bates. Let's go to TV's Andy Levy for a pregame report. Hey, Andy, what's coming up on tonight's show, Sport?
Thanks, Greg, and welcome to the Machine, America. Coming up on the big show, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo moves to decriminalize the possession of a small amount of something called marijuana, whatever that is. Plus, a Georgia jury awards $3 million to the estate of a man who died during a threesome, whatever that is. And finally, an Iowa school superintendent is forced to resign after using her work computer to send sexually explicit emails, whatever those are. Greg?
Wow, Andy, you seem so naive.
What do you mean?
Well, you never smoked pot, never had a threesome, or emailed the exploits to friends?
Never.
Would you say the same thing under oath?
Is Oath one of your houseboys?
Yes, he's Finnish.
Then yes.
All right. See you later. Let's welcome our guest. Well, look at her. She's so sweet. She's not allowed to hug diabetics. Safety first, I always say. I'm here tonight with criminal defense attorney Remy Spencer. And he's so sharp on weekends he doubles as a rototiller. It's Gary Johnson, former New Mexico governor and 2012 presidential hopeful. I should be your PR guy. And in Oregon, he's considered a trail mix. It's my repulsive sidekick, Bill Schultz. Aww. And if insightful commentary were a saxophone, I'd pay good money to watch Kenny G blow him in a crowded theater. It's Penn Jillette, illusionist, comedian, and the taller half of the duo Penn and Teller. He also has a new podcast called Penn Sunday School. It's awesome, which you can find at PennSundaySchool.com. They still have those. And his latest book, we're still plugging you, God No, is now available in paperback. It's Sean Hannity's favorite book.
It is, it is.
I'm lying. Okay, and he's the lefty crap thrower you'd run over with a mower. It's our New York Times correspondent. Good to see you again, Pinch.
Today in sports, Mike Tanier previews this Saturday's upcoming Belmont Stakes. A day at the racetrack. Reminds me of an old ditty we used to sing around the editorial department. Camp down races, 5 miles long. Oh, I do it all day. Gonna run all night. Gonna run all day. I'll bet my money on a bobtail nag. Somebody bet Travolta is gay. Back in the day, gay meant happy, don't you know?
Oh,
Greg?
thank you for that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's old-timey talk.
No, I'm sure it is old-timey.
Yes.
All right. Why do we still have him here?
Talk about your event work one of these days.
You're talking
one
to me
of the
when
things, one of the things that's tied in with being a magician is also being a vent. You know, when you're a lonely child working with magic toys, also working with vent work, you've got to learn how to do your B's as P's so your lips don't move as much, and also think of the times as a character. Put some sort of character into it and move your lips the right way. You just look like you're flapping up and down with no regard for the words that are being said. It's like, I'm the New York Times. It should go, I'm the New York Times. It should, why don't you just reach your arm around Gary here and watch the way he moves his lips when you talk? This kind of vent work, it's repulsive.
It disgusts you.
It is. It does. And I don't mean what you said. Doing a Stephen Foster song with a John Travolta is gay joke at the end, genius. But please, for the love of Christ, work on your ventriloquism.
This is something we could talk about during the commercial break when their kids aren't watching who don't know that I am Penn.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Can we please pull back the curtain? I am so sorry, children of America. Penn hates you.
All right.
But I'm sorry too. See how?
See? No hands.
See, I'm sorry too. I'm really, really sorry.
When did he get
That is so dirty.
It really is. All right. I want to. Hey, you know what?
The spit.
Here's an idea. Let's do a story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. We're going to do a story. Okay.
But vent is important.
It is important.
Vent matters.
No, I know. I saw you get angry during this because this is your livelihood. You didn't go to college.
Well,
you learned this.
The nice thing is that the only thing below jugglers and magicians, ventriloquists.
Yeah. Every kid wanted to be a ventriloquist, though, because they thought that would somehow get chicks.
They sure did.
Yes, they did.
They sure did, Greg.
You're not talking.
All right. We're going to do a story. I swear.
Okay, I'm sorry.
God. Okay.
I don't know the material, so I'm trying to
I know
deflect.
you are. I got a presidential candidate here, right?
I'm sorry.
Yes. All right. Are all things sweet in retreat? Well, the war on sugar is on, and the latest volley from Disney announced that all products advertised on its channels must meet a new set of nutritional standards. The Sugar Smack Smackdown, you like that, huh? Extends to Saturday morning cartoons, meaning the company will say, that's all, folks, to Capri Sun and Kraft Lunchables, along with candy, fast food, sugar, cereals, and my favorite, Everclear. Disney revealed the plan at a news conference with Michelle Obama. I wonder if she's thrilled that over the next couple of years that when our kids tune into their favorite shows on Disney channels or log on a Disney website, they will no longer be bombarded with unhealthy messages during those commercial breaks.
I'm thrilled that over the next couple of years, When our kids tune into their favorite shows on Disney channels or they log on to the Disney website, they will no longer be bombarded with unhealthy messages during those commercial breaks.
That's what I said. But should cereal really strike ferial? We asked one expert.
Hi, Buddy. Well, Buddy seems to like it.
I'm sure there's a reason why you treat me. But don't I need all my teeth? But since we're pteranodons, we don't know about it. That's what I told.
The next scene, child gone in one goal. Amazing. Governor, I want to ask you, okay, Disney acknowledges that they're going to lose some advertising revenue, but the benefits outweigh the downsides. Aren't they kind of full of crap? They're going to lose money on this.
I think it's their decision, as long as it's not government making the decision. And by the way, I was on I was on before, and I talked about calorie counting and how that was such a great idea. Boy, was I really wrong. The fact is, though, you know, you come up with a good idea, which is restricting calories, eat healthy. Well, that's an educational process. But if the government gets involved in it, passes laws to require that, then you know what? We're going to end up criminalizing the 70-ounce Big Gulp, right? I mean, that's exactly what's going to happen. And my legislation, all right, I passed the legislation. It's going to be good legislation, but I leave office at some point, and then it takes on this criminality. It takes on dimensions that nobody can foresee, with government getting involved in really big ways.
But here's the thing, and this is what's sneaky about it, Remy. He says he's okay with it because government's not getting involved. But Michelle Obama, she's the first lady. Who's going to say no to the first lady? It's you, of course. Yeah, because you're Penn Jillette. You say no to everybody.
Sure, no.
You said no to me a number of times at Fire Island. Remy.
Say no to
right. I think that it's going to be very hard for
What's wrong with you people?
Industry to say no to the first lady. Maybe they think they're going to get some favor if they say yes, and you want to please people in power. At least a lot of people do. However, I don't see anything wrong with this. I also don't, because it's a private industry making its own business decisions. Disney thinks this is good for their brand and that it's going to make them money, and that maybe
they're terrified.
Well, that might be true, but there's
you good for their brand. It's the first lady telling you should do this.
I disagree. I don't think that that's true at all. I think there are plenty of big industries out there that have said no to Michelle Obama, and we just don't know about it. But because they said yes, there's nothing wrong.
Well, they
with
also
the
get a
two
lot of
coming
press
together.
from saying yes.
Sure, President Obama and his wife get a lot of positive press for getting to Disney to do this, if that's what you're saying. And Disney gets the positive press of having the force of the White House behind it.
Penn, you hate Disney, don't you?
I've worked for Disney.
I know you have.
I've done fine at Disney, and I took my. I used to be when I was on Dancing with the Stars, the first one to lose.
Yes.
When I was on Dancing with the Stars, they told me for the rest of my life I had VIP passes for me and my children to Disney World and Disneyland, and that really meant the rest of my life only the time I was on Dancing with the Stars, because now I wait in line 3 hours for Space Mountain.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I can get you in earlier.
Can you really?
Yeah, I have little people have a little separate through the back that we get through.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with Disney. I just don't think that the solution to obesity is changing the advertising. Because I'm fat and I don't watch TV.
That is true. You're not fat. You're just large.
Well,
you're you know what's funny? You're in that group of people called big, which it doesn't fit into any kind of other thing other than big.
I'm just an anomaly.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the problem we have is TV advertising. I think the problem may simply be we got too good at making food.
Yeah, that's true.
We got really good at making food. It used to be food was a big part of our expense, and now we have the problem with people who are in poverty being fat. If you went back 100 years and said, you know, our big problem is that people who are living in poverty are too fat, they would go, because that's where they laughed back then.
Exactly.
100 years ago, they threw their heads back.
Yeah.
Like he was there.
Bill, as a child, you ate only your body hair while watching Saturday morning cartoons. So this story means nothing to you.
My middle name is Pica. They knew. They knew. Fie on all of you. Fie on all of you. None of you see through Michelle Obama's starving children policy. And I've been told that not only has she just destroyed every fried donut stand that is currently in Space Mountain, in or around it. She's also told every Disney animator that they will be deported unless they draw abs on Donald Duck. That's where it goes. That's where it goes.
Finally, somebody agreeing with me.
Yes.
She's trying to kill my past. Whatever happened to when I was growing up?
He said fried donuts.
I know. I love fried donuts.
Me too.
But I remember Quisp versus Quake, King Vitamin, Count Chocula, Captain Crunch, Sugar Smacks, Apple Jacks, Cocoa Puffs, Boo Berry, Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops. They're coming after my heroes.
Dr. Diabetes?
Dr. Diabetes. Oh, that's a